I first met Tom via email about 5 years ago. This is during the period when I was searching for John Robertson. There were a couple of MIA websites, and I left a remembrance on there. Still thinking of you, John Robertson. Hope we find you someday. And it was shortly thereafter I was contacted by Tom Faunce. He had been in Vietnam. He was a combat veteran in that particular area where John's helicopter was shot down. That his humanitarian work brought him to a village where they were installing wells and building schools. And the village elder, which was near this village, came over and told him there's an American living in the next village. And they went over there, and Tom's cousin was there, and they found an American and started talking to him. And all this came out that he was John Robertson. So they called me because they had read this website with my remembrance. And they called me and said, we found John Robertson, and he's still alive, which I said, wow, that's pretty cool. John Robertson's alive. And that's how it all started. Tom Faunce, you know, is a hero within himself. He's an ex-combat veteran who suffered in Vietnam and is back in Vietnam practically every year doing good work for the Vietnamese people. You know, Tom Faunce was a combat infantryman in that general area where John Robertson's helicopter went down. He went through lots of trauma over the years, but somehow he was able to work out of it. And he became religious, which is good for him, but he continues to return to Vietnam, the home of his enemies, and continues to rebuild the faith not only in Tom, but Americans that are coming back over there and trying to help all these little villages. I think that's remarkable. He really is a hero upon himself, along with his cousin. These guys did a lot of groundwork, a lot of searching, and a lot of goodwill. They should be recognized at the highest levels of our government. As far as Tom Faunce is concerned, he's put a lot of effort, time, and money in the healing process of his experiences in Vietnam. And certainly with finding and vetting of John Robertson, I think that would put closure for him. It would be a personal victory for him. And I'm sure he would take on more. He's that type of a guy. He's got a great capacity for compassion. That could spark a renewed interest of our losses in Vietnam and where those people are. A compassionate view, let's do something, let's try to bring people back or the remains or something, and not just do the 1960s and sweep it under the rug. I think that would be excellent for our country. As far as Tom Faunce is concerned, I won't call him a little guy. He's a powerful guy. He did what our government should have done. Didn't want to do. It wasn't politically inspired. There was nothing to gain. It's not going to get me reelected. It's not going to get more money in my pocket from the lobbyists. John Faunce did that, or Tom Faunce